Afternoon, everybody. So I'm just going to do some sketching on, well, as my brief suggests, on Bluetooth speakers. So I've already done a little sketch here, as you can see, just a big sketch. I had to look a little bit about ellipses and how I'm going to manage it within this particular form. So I'm going to sketch this again, maybe slightly bigger, and then you can sort of see the sort of, the process and how I've done this. Okay, so let's just move it over a little bit. So as usual, I'm going to sketch a box. Let's just draw a slightly bigger box in this case, not too much bigger. And again, go down. So proportion wise, again, I'm going to sort of track whereabouts my proportions are, and I'm going to try and keep sort of my parallels going here. Notice that's a little bit going in, but it should be okay. Okay. Again, common theme with me and with many people you see on the sketch community is I'm moving my piece of paper around because it makes it easier for me to be more convincing with the sort of lines. So I think in terms of this one, I've got a nice curve here. It's about midway along the top. So let's put a line of reference. And again, I can just sketch that curve in there. It's going to have a curve all the way to the front. So I'm going to actually, rather than sort of including it inside, which I could do in all fairness, I'll just put that curve on the outside there. Again, I could choose it to be straight down, but I think because this one's slightly organic, okay, slightly curved, I think I'll continue with the curve. So again, curving down there. And again, this one, do I want to move a piece of paper around? Does that feel better? Again, that's up for you to decide really. I'm going to keep it this way and just go with the same profile. Okay, so I'm going to give it some depth now. Let's add the second section at the back. Okay, and I'm going to carry that curve round, but up to a point. So again, I'm sort of shadowing this here, and then I'm going to curve it to there. On this one, I've got it going straight down. Let me decide where my footprint's going to finish with this one. I think sort of finishing about there. Maybe I'll slightly curve this one instead. So let's do a curve like that. And again, let's just meet, let's meet those curves up. Okay, so this one's going back. Again, I don't have to have it going straight back. I can have it slightly profiling out. Maybe I should do that. Again, it all depends whether it looks like you've just drawn something badly or whether you actually can see the design content of something going back. So again, if I'm going to do that, maybe sort of draw a line there and actually people can see that that's sort of intentional. So you can see going back that way. Okay, then I'm going to curve it to about there. Okay, so it's looking okay. It's quite dynamic as a shape. I'm going to put my subwoofer and my woofer in. Okay, so probably going to draw the little boxes to help me out on this one. So let's draw. I'm going to keep the curve simply because it looks nice on the sketch. Okay, so again, I've got to keep a sort of, make it look as square as it can be. And this one here, again, proportions are slightly different on this one to the smaller sketch. Okay, so I've got, maybe I can have, some speakers, they have a sensor in the middle, don't they? So let's do that. Even though I've said that this is a Bluetooth, this is a little bit more like a speaker at the moment. So I'd have to have some sort of interface with some control interface on it. Again, I'm going to sort of follow some of the design direction on the previous sketch that I've done. Okay, so let's just add those bits in. Just checking my video to see if I'm still recording myself. Sometimes it switches off because of the internet. So let's put those lines in. Okay, so at some point I'm going to think about using my line weights. Let's have a look at the elliptical profiles now. Okay, let's put those little dots in there. You've seen me do this before in the classroom. Okay, just to sort of help establish, where I'm going to plot those ellipses. And again, in terms of my orientation, we can do some stuff, some like imaginary diagonal lines there. Sometimes we just got to go for it. So again, figure out where you start your ellipses normally. For me, again, in this alignment, it's probably going to be about there. Okay, and again on this one. Okay, a little bit flat on this one, so okay, let's do that. We don't always get it perfect, do we? And then let's do another elliptical profile there. Okay, and goes there. I'm obviously having a little bit of a bad ellipse stage, you can see here on this one, but again, it's just a design sketch, so a little section there. I'll see if I can pull it back into shape a little bit later on. And again, this one here. Okay, like so. Okay, I always like to sketch in my shadow, so let's do that. This shadow here is going to sort of extend to this section, I guess. So it's going to, and again, I sort of like them to angle out. As you can see from here, because this curves up, I've decided to, you know, have my shadow so it sort of does this. Okay, so let's get it doing that. Yeah, this looks quite interesting like that. Okay, I'm going to get my pen tail out. So let's establish some of those darker areas. I think the curve here on the base, for instance, let's get this in as well. And again, you know, orientate your piece of paper so that you feel comfortable doing it in one go. So, okay, so just a little bit of practice and you'll be able to do that. Let me just put that little section in there and then go up and go back and go round there. Let's carry on. Let's carry on with the pen tail. I'm a bit close in, so I'm going to need to put my glasses on now. Let's do that. Okay, hopefully you can see. Sometimes I know my hand gets in the way with this video. And again, maybe I've got some additional detailing going on here, so let's put a line through there. I don't know, I quite like the idea of having some sort of additional feature which sort of sticks, sort of sticks around there. Okay, so let's add that in. Put that up. Again, you know, it's a bit free form, to be fair. No real design content, more looking at the sort of dynamic shape and form than anything else. And put a little dab of black in these sections here as well. And again, let's establish that shadow. Let's put that in. Again, a couple of people asked me about any tips for hatching lines, and I guess it's a bit like riding a bicycle. Once you sort of get into a particular method, it's sometimes difficult to explain it. So you can see here, they're not always uniformly the same, but again, you know, I like to have this sort of secondary shadow. I'll borrow my other pen now. Let's get my Sharpie on it. I'll get out the marker pen at some point, because even the Sharpie takes a bit of a while to colour in something like that, if you've got quite a big sketch going on. So my ellipses, yeah, okay, let's, before I do anything else, look at these edges perhaps. Let's sort of just establish those. And this one here, you know, that's darker, because we want it to sort of bring itself to the forefront a little bit. This is in shadow at the back, I guess, but the light's going this way, so maybe it's not. The ellipses, you know, I can sort of bring them out, you know, just by maybe just drawing them a bit better like that, so you can see that. Again, it's only a design sketch, so, you know, it doesn't matter too much. I think, you know, we can sort of see the design content on this form. Again, I like to be consistent with the shadows. Maybe I would have used the colour though. In this case, just because I'm using pens. Okay, I'll just hatch it. But you might find sometimes just putting a darker marker on, that's going to be the better option. Okay, so Hopefully you can sort of see. I think I've done a better job on that one than I have on here, but you can see it's, again, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter if you don't get those ellipses right first off, okay? Plenty of time to practice. We can never always get them perfect, okay?